Okay, so now we're gonna start creating the layers, and I'm going to start by attaching pink yarn right here on the second row with a double crochet that I've made with my yellow yarn. And the reason that I do this is because I want it to look differentiated, and I want the yellow part to seem as a belt on my dress. So I'm gonna start by crocheting with the pink yarn, my first layer, then yellow, pink, up until I finish. So I'm going to attach my yarn on this double crochet over here, and I'm going to be always crocheting on the same stitches that I've worked my double crochet. So put your hook right here on this double crochet. So you want to start somewhere in the center. Put your hook from the front to the back on the same stitch of the double crochet, and bring your hook on the front again. I am going to attach my yarn. So take the yarn through the stitch and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Those first 3 chains count as a double crochet. So I want to crochet 4 more in the same stitch to form a shell. Okay. So 1, same stitch, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now chain 2, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and go right ahead in the next stitch that we have worked the double crochet to form the filet. Okay, so put your hook in the same stitch from the front to the back and bring it up on the front again and work 1 single crochet. Okay, now again chain 2, 1, 2, skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, put your hook in the third, which is the same stitch with the double crochet, from the front to the back and to the front again, and work 5 double crochet to form a shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, put your hook in the third in the same stitch that we've worked a double crochet, from the front to the back and to the front again, and work 1 single crochet. Chain 2, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, put your hook in the third and work a shell from the front to the back and to the front again, and work 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is the pattern all around. 5 double crochet, chain 2, a single crochet on top of the double crochet that we worked on the filet, chain 2, shell in the double crochet that I've worked for the filet, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, single crochet in the third. So it's the same thing, we always crochet in every third stitch, and every third stitch is the double crochet that we worked on the filet. So chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, and shell, chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, and shell, all around up until you complete the row. I'm almost done with the first row of the layers, and the reason that I said that we wanted a multiple of 6 is because we have even repetitions all around for row number 1. So I've worked my shell, chain 2, single crochet, and now I'm going to work 2 chains and skip the next 2 stitches, and I'm going to finish the row by working a slip stitch in the first double crochet for this row, which was the chain 3. Put your hook in the third chain and work a slip stitch. Now I'm going to fold my work so we don't have all that pink and it's easier to see. Now we're going to start the second row for our layer, and I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So I have 3 double crochet, chain 2, work 1 more double crochet in the same stitch, and 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochet. 1, next stitch, 2. Now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go ahead on top of the next shell and start by crocheting on the first double crochet. Work 1 double crochet in each of the first 3 stitches, 1, next stitch, 2, next stitch, 3, chain 2, double crochet in the same stitch, and 1 double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches on top of the shell. 1, next stitch, 2. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead on top of the next shell and work 1 double crochet in each of the first 3 stitches, 1, next stitch, excuse me, 2, next stitch, 3, chain 2, 1 more double crochet in the same stitch, and 1 double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches of the shell. 1 and the last stitch, 2. So this is how we're going to work the pattern for the second row for the layer. Okay, so 3 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet in the same stitch, and 2 double crochet in the last 2 stitches of the shell, chain 3, and keep following the pattern all around. Before I finish, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to end row number 2 and how to start row number 3. I'm almost done with row number 2. I've worked on top of the last shell, and now in order to close the row, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, oops, 3, and I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of the first double crochet for this row. Now we're going to start row number 3, and I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of the next stitch, and from here on we're going to be crocheting triple crochet. Okay, so I'm going to chain 4, which counts as 1 triple crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over twice, and put your hook in the same stitch and work 1 more triple crochet. Grab the yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, grab the yarn through the next 2 loops, take the yarn through the last 2 loops, yarn over twice. Now in every chain 2 space we're going to be working 2 triple crochet, chain 2, and 2 triple crochet. Put your hook under the chain 2 space, take the yarn through the first 2 loops, the yarn through the next 2 loops, and through the last 2 loops. Yarn over twice, put your hook under the same chain 2 space, take the yarn through the first 2 loops, next 2 loops, the last 2 loops, chain 2, yarn over twice, under the same chain 2 space, take the yarn through the first 2 loops, the next 2 loops, and the last 2 loops, yarn over twice, and for the last time under the same chain 2 space, take the yarn through the first 2 loops, the next 2 loops, and the last 2 loops. Okay, so under the chain 2 space we worked 2 triple crochet, chain 2, and 2 triple crochet, and now on top of the first double crochet, yarn over twice and work 2 more triple crochet. Okay, so grab the yarn through the first 2 loops, the next 2 loops, the last 2 loops, yarn over twice in the same stitch, take the yarn through the first 2 loops, the next 2 loops, and the last 2 loops. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing on top of every shell. Now under the chain 3 space, work a single crochet and jump over to the next shell, and we're going to work 2 triple crochet on top of the third double crochet, 2 triple crochet, chain 2, 2 triple crochet under the chain 2 space, and 2 triple crochet on the first double crochet. So yarn over twice, put your hook in the third double crochet, okay, and work 2 triple crochet, 1, yarn over twice in the same stitch, 2. Now in the chain 2 space, yarn over twice, and we have 1, 2 triple crochet, chain 2, and 2 more triple crochet, 1, and 2, yarn over twice. Now on the first double crochet, work 2 more triple crochet, 1, same stitch, 2. Now put your hook under the chain 3 space and work a single crochet. So we've completed working on top of the second shell. Now we're going to work 1 more shell together, and then we're going to go ahead and complete the third row of camera. Okay, so yarn over twice, put your hook on top of the third double crochet and work 2 triple crochet, 1, and same stitch, 2. Now in the chain 2 space, 2 triple crochet, chain 2, and 2 triple crochet, 1, 2, chain 2, and 2 more triple crochet, 1, and 2. Now yarn over twice and work the last 2 triple crochet on top of the first double crochet, 1, and 2. Now work one single crochet under the chain 3 space, and we've completed working on top of the third shell as well. Okay, so keep working the same pattern all around. Once I reach my last shell and I finish crocheting on top of it, I'm going to turn my video back on and see how to start row number 4. I'm almost done with row number 3. I've completed crocheting on top of the third shell. Now I'm going to work a single crochet under the chain 3 space and slip stitch on top of the first triple crochet for this row, so in the 4th chain. Okay, slip stitch, and now we're going to start row number 4. So work a slip stitch in the next stitch as well, slip stitch in the next stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch as well, and now I'm going to chain 4, which counts as my first triple crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over twice and work 1 triple crochet on top of the next triple crochet. Okay, and now in every chain 2 space in this row we're going to work 3 triple crochet, chain 2, and 3 triple crochet. So yarn over twice and go ahead under the chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3 triple crochet, chain 2, and 3 more triple crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to work 1 triple crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So put your hook on top of the first triple crochet and work 1 triple crochet, yarn over twice, and 1 more triple crochet on top of the next stitch. Okay, so this is how it's going to look in this row when we crochet on top of each shell. Now, without chaining or working any single crochet, I'm going to jump over on top of the next shell, and I'm going to work 1 triple crochet on top of the 3rd and 4th stitches, 3 triple crochet, chain 2, 3 triple crochet, and 1 triple crochet in each of the first 2. So yarn over twice, put your hook on top of the 3rd triple crochet and work 1 triple crochet, yarn over twice, 1 triple crochet on top of the next stitch. Now under the chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3 triple crochet, chain 2, and 3 more triple crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Now 1 triple crochet in each of the first 2 stitches. 1, and the next stitch, 2. Okay, now we're going to work 1 more shell together. So go ahead and jump over on top of the next shell and work 1 triple crochet in the 3rd and 4th stitches. 1, next stitch, 2. Now under the chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3 triple crochet, chain 2, and 3 more triple crochet. 1, 2, 3, 1 triple crochet on top of the first stitch, and 1 triple crochet on top of the second stitch. Okay, and this is how row number 4 is going to look like. I've completed crocheting around row number 4, and I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of the first triple crochet for this row. So put your hook in the 4th chain and work a slip stitch. Work a slip stitch on top of the second stitch, and now chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 chains count as a triple crochet on top of the second stitch that I just worked, my slip stitch. Now skip the 3rd stitch and work 1 triple crochet on top of the 4th and 5th stitch. So 1 triple crochet on top of the 3rd and 1 more on top of the 5th. On the chain 2 space, we're going to work the same thing as we did on the previous row. 3 triple crochet, chain 2, and 3 triple crochet. 1, 2, 3 triple crochet, chain 2, and 3 more triple crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Work 1 triple crochet on top of the first and second stitches. 1 triple crochet on the first and 1 triple crochet on the second. Skip the third stitch and work 1 triple crochet on top of the fourth stitch. Okay, so in row number 5, this is how our shells are going to look like. Now go ahead on top of the second shell, skip the first stitch, put your hook in the second and work 1 triple crochet. Skip the third stitch, put your hook in the fourth and fifth stitch and work 1 triple crochet on each of those 2 stitches. 1 triple crochet on the third, 1 on the fourth. Now on the chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3, chain 2 and 3 more triple crochet. 1, 2, and 3. 1 triple crochet on top of the first and second stitch. And 1 on the second. Skip the third stitch and work your last stitch on top of the fourth triple crochet. Okay, so this is how our shells are going to look like on this row. So keep working row number 5. When I finish, I'm going to turn my video back on and see how to close this row and how to start row number 6. I've completed row number 5 and I'm going to work a slip stitch on the first triple crochet for this row. So put your hook in the fourth chain and work a slip stitch, and I'm going to start row number 6, which is the second from the last row. I'm going to start by chaining 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and those 6 chains count as a triple crochet and a chain 2 space. Now yarn over it twice and go ahead right in the chain 2 space of the previous row and work 2 triple crochet, chain 5 and 2 triple crochet. So 1, 2 triple crochet, chain 5, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more triple crochet under the same chain space. 1 and 2. Now chain 2 and go ahead right in between the 2 shells, right here where I have the last triple crochet of the one shell and the first triple crochet of the other one. Work 1 triple crochet in between those 2 stitches. So put your hook under those 2 stitches and work 1 triple crochet. Chain 2 and go right ahead in the chain 2 space of the shell and work again 2 triple crochet, chain 5 and 2 triple crochet. So 1, 2 triple crochet, chain 5, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more triple crochet. 1 and 2. Now again chain 2 and go right ahead in the 2 stitches that are between those 2 shells. So this is the last triple crochet of the one shell and the first triple crochet of the other one. So put your hook right in between those 2 stitches, put your hook under and work 1 triple crochet. Again chain 2, 1, 2. Go ahead right in the next chain 2 space and work again 2 triple crochet, chain 5 and 2 triple crochet. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more triple crochet, 1 and 2. Now chain 2, and again put your hook between the last stitch of the shell and the first stitch of the next one, and work 1 triple crochet. Put your hook under those 2 stitches and work 1 triple crochet. Okay, and keep working the same pattern all around your work. Okay, and when I finish my row, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to finish row number 6 and how to start the last row for our layer. I'm almost done with row number 6. I've worked on top of my last shell. I've worked 2 chains, and now in order to finish our row, we're going to work a slip stitch on the first triple crochet for this row. So in the 4th chain, counting from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch. Okay, and this is how row number 6 looks like. Now we're going to work row number 7, which is the last row for our layer. So I'm going to start by chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put my hook in the first triple crochet on the first shell, and I'm going to work 1 single crochet. Now I'm going to work a picot. So in order to work a picot, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of the single crochet that I've just made. So in order to do that, I'm going to put my hook right here on the front loop of the single crochet from the top to the bottom, and I'm going to work my slip stitch right on this loop. Okay, so I've chained 3, and I'm going to put my hook from the top to the bottom of the front loop of the single crochet that I've just worked, and I'm going to work a slip stitch. So take the yarn through the loop and through the loop from your hook, and I've just created my first picot. Now 1 single crochet on the second triple crochet, 1 single crochet under the chain 5 space, so I have 2 single crochet in a row, and after the second single crochet I'm going to work a picot again. So chain 3 and slip stitch on the single crochet that I've just made. So put your hook from the top to the bottom on the front loop of that single crochet and work a slip stitch. Work 2 single crochet under the chain 5 space, 1, 2, and after the second single crochet work a picot. So chain 3 and slip stitch on top of the single crochet that I've just made. So put your hook from the top to the bottom of that front loop and work a slip stitch. So far I have 3 picots. Now work 2 more single crochet under the same chain 5 space, 1 and 2, and after the second single crochet again work a picot. So chain 3 and slip stitch on top of the single crochet that I've just made. Now work 1 last single crochet in the chain 5 space, work 1 single crochet on the first triple crochet, and then again work a picot. So chain 3 and slip stitch on top of the single crochet that I've just made. And in order to finish working on top of the shell, work the last single crochet on top of the last triple crochet for this shell. So this is how every shell is going to look like. We're going to have a total of 5 picots. Now, in order to leave from this shell and go to the next one, I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go ahead and work 1 single crochet on top of the first triple crochet and work your first picot. So chain 3 and work a slip stitch on top of the single crochet that you just made. One single crochet in the next triple crochet, work your second single crochet under the chain 5 space and work a picot. So chain 3 and slip stitch on top of the single crochet that you just made. Work 2 single crochet under the chain 5 space, 1 and 2, and work a picot. 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch on top of the single crochet that you just made. Work 2 more single crochet under the same chain 5 space, 1, 2, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and picot. So put your hook on top of the single crochet that you just made, slip stitch. So we have a total of 4 picots. Work 1 last single crochet under the chain 5 space, 1 single crochet on top of the first triple crochet, and work your 5th picot. So chain 3 and slip stitch on top of the single crochet that you just made. And work the last single crochet on top of the last triple crochet for the shell. Okay, so again I have 5 picots. Again, now in order to leave this shell and go to the next one, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, start by crocheting from the first triple crochet. Okay, and this is how we're going to continue all around our row to create the last row for our layer. Okay, so each shell is going to have a total of 5 picots. Okay, when I finish, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to finish row number 7 and how we're going to make the rest of the layers of our dress. I've completed row number 7. Okay, and I'm going to put my hook after the last single crochet. I'm going to put my hook in the second chain out of the 5 that I started my work with, and I'm going to work a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, pull the loop, and tighten up. So all my layers are going to be made in the same exact way, repeating rows 1 through row number 7 as I just did. Now, every time that we're going to start a new row for our layers, we're going to start our layers all over again. We're going to start them in every 6th row. So starting from here, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to be putting our hook in the same exact stitch that we have the double crochet. Okay, we're going to attach our new yarn, so this way the changes of the layers are visible. When you change color every time you finish one layer, it looks very nice because it's going to seem as if the yellow is coming out of the pink, then pink coming out of the yellow, and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach the yarn. So we're putting our hook from the front to the back and up again to the front. Attach your new yarn, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and work your first shell by working 4 more double crochet in the same stitch. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when you bring the other layer on the bottom, when you pull it down, the yellow starts right here where the big holes have started to form on the previous layer. So in order to avoid seeing the fillet that we have made on the inside, we start our new layer about here where the big holes have started to form. Okay, so the yellow layer is going to come out from the pink layer. Now once you finish those 7 rows, again start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, start your new layer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, start your new layer, and always repeat rows 1 through 7 as we did for this layer over here. So I'm going to finish my dress off camera, and when I finish I'm going to turn my video back on so we can see how our dress looks completed. I've completed crocheting all the layers of my dress, and this is how the inside looks after every layer. Okay. Now in the bottom, because I reached the total length that I wanted, I frogged about 3 rows, and I just left 3 rows over here just to exist. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to crochet 1 row of single crochet around the neckline and about 2 rows over here on the sleeves. Okay, so now let's start crocheting around the neckline. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be crocheting on the opposite loops of the chains that I worked in the first row. Okay, so as I was going through the first row, I was crocheting, pulling only the 1 loop out of the 3 that my chains have. So now I'm left with the 2 loops under here. So in order for us to be easy and know where exactly to put our hook, you can align your hook with the double crochet and just put the hook right in that chain stitch, okay, to crochet into. So attach your yarn. I'm going to keep crocheting with pink. Okay, chain 1, put your hook under the same stitch and work 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet in the next single crochet, in the next stitch, sorry. 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space. 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1 next stitch, 2 next one, 3 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space, 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space. Okay, so keep crocheting 1 single crochet in every stitch, and right here in the corners where we had worked the 2 double crochet in the same stitch, again in this chain stitch down here we're only going to work 1 single crochet. Okay, so keep working 1 single crochet in every chain stitch around. And once I reach the beginning back here again, I'm going to turn my video back on. I've completed working 1 single crochet all around my neckline, and I'm going to put my hook now in the first single crochet for this row. I'm going to work a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, pull the loop, and tighten up. Now, I've already worked my first sleeve of camera around. Now we're going to work the other one together. So what I'm going to do is I am going to attach yarn in the wrong side, because when we were working the front part, the top part, we were working on the good side only. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the wrong side of my dress, and I'm going to attach my yarn right here under the arm where I joined. So right over here, I'm going to put my hook on the yellow yarn. I'm going to attach my yarn, chain 1, work 1 single crochet in the very same stitch. Now work 1 single crochet under the chain 1 space, 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 1 single crochet under the chain 1 space, 1 single crochet in each of the next double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so keep working 1 single crochet in every stitch up until you reach down here, this chain space over here. When I finish, I'm going to turn my video back on to see how to finish row number 1 and how to start row number 2. I've completed working row number 1. I've worked in my last chain space over here. Now I'm going to put my hook in the first single crochet that I worked for this row, slip stitch, chain 1, and turn your work. Now we're going to work on the good side. Okay, so starting from my first single crochet, work 1 single crochet around 1 neck stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and keep crocheting 1 single crochet up until the last stitch right over here. I've completed working my second row of single crochet. Put your hook in the first stitch for this row and work a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, pull the loop, and tighten up. So this is how my dress looks like at this point. Okay, if you prefer on the sleeves, you can go ahead and work a few more rows if you like it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to crochet flowers to attach them right here on the corners of our dress. Okay, so let's see how to create the flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same yarn that I used to crochet, but this time I'm going to use the 3.5mm crochet hook in order to make my flowers small and tight. I'm going to start with a magic circle. Now if you don't know how to work the magic circle, you can chain 4, work a slip stitch in the last chain to form a ring, and after that you're going to work the same exact steps as I will. So in order to start with a magic circle, grab the yarn and turn it around once over your 2 fingers and bring it on the top left. Put your hook under the right yarn, over the left, bring it under the right, turn your hook around once, grab the left yarn and pull it through the loop. By having done this, we have also created our first chain. I'm going to work a total of 5 single crochet in the center of my magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, grab the yarn that you started the magic circle with and pull it very tight. I'm going to put my hook in the first single crochet for this row. And I'm going to work a slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which counts as 1 double crochet, and in the same stitch that I just worked my slip stitch, I'm going to work 2 more double crochet. 1, same stitch, 2, now I'm going to work 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put my hook in the same exact stitch and I'm going to work a slip stitch. So by chaining 3 and by ending with 3 chains and slip stitch, it's the same thing as having 4 double crochet in each flower petal. Now open up your stitches and find the second single crochet, put your hook in there, and work a slip stitch. Now again chain 3, 1, 2, 3, put your hook in the same exact stitch that you just worked your slip stitch and work 2 more double crochet, 1, same stitch, 2, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, put your hook in the same stitch and work a slip stitch. Now open up your stitches and find your third single crochet, put your hook, work a slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochet in the same stitch that you worked the slip stitch, 1 and 2, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, put your hook in the very same stitch and work a slip stitch. Now open up the stitches and find your 4th single crochet, work a slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, work 2 double crochet in the same stitch, 1, 2, chain 3, put your hook in the same stitch and work a slip stitch. Now open up your stitches to find the 5th and last single crochet, work a slip stitch, chain 3, work 2 double crochet in the same stitch, 1, 2, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and put your hook in the very same stitch and work a slip stitch. Now we have completed our 5-petal flower, chain 1, cut the yarn, pull the loop, and tighten up. Now I just cut my yarn with a short string because I'm going to hot glue the flowers on the dress. If you're going to sew, you want to leave a long yarn, and you're going to sew by going in the one stitch, out in the next one. Put your needle in the next stitch, out in the next one. Okay, so go in and out so you attach nicely the flower on the dress. So let's go ahead and weave in the ends. Okay, so this is the yarn that I started the magic circle with, and if I pull it out, I see that it's coming out from the right side. So I'm going to start weaving in from the left side. Okay, I'm going to cut the yarn. Now weave in the tail that we ended with. Okay, and I'm weaving in the back loops of the stitches. Okay, now in order to make it look even prettier, I'm going to add a bead. Okay, so I'm going to add pearls in the center of each flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to hot glue the center of the flower. Okay, now take the bead and attach it right in the center. Okay, and this is our first flower. Now I need to make 5 more because I want a total of 6. Now if you make a bigger size dress, you might need even more. So for the 2-year-old, I'm going to make a total of 6 flowers, and then in the end we're going to see how to attach. I've completed all of my 6 flowers. Now let's go ahead and see how to attach them on our dress. Okay, now so let's see how to put our flowers on the dress. I'm going to start attaching right here. I'm going to attach them right here on the increase that I was working for the sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to attach the one up here. I want it to be going a little outward of the neckline. The next one, and the last one down here. Same thing on the other side, right here where we were working the increases. First flower, second flower, and our third flower. Okay, so let's start attaching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this paper on the inside because I'm going to use hot glue first of all, I don't want the hot glue to go on the opposite side and stick the two sides together. And second of all, I want to avoid having the hard part of the hot silicone to be touching the skin. So if you put a paper on the back, when you press, it's going to form a straight edge on the back side, so it won't be bothering the child that's going to be wearing the dress. Okay, so I'm going to put hot silicone on my first flower right here in the center, and I'm going to glue right here on the top. Okay, so the first flower is ready. Now go ahead in the same exact way and hot glue the rest of the flowers on your dress.